Under Gaza's busy and crowded streets, there's a world that no one sees. A network of tunnels that have been used as a secret battlefield for a long time. These tunnels, which were once used for smuggling, have been turned into a strategic maze. They changed the strategies of both sides, and Israel's attempts to stop them brought up important questions. Here in this video, we will further discuss this strategy and the best anti-tunnel tactic ever, so make sure to stick till the end. Let's start the video. How long did it take to build this big system? The answer isn't easy. It took years of secret work to come together. In 1983, the first tunnel in Gaza was found. At first, it was used to sneak people and goods across borders. But after Hamas took over in 2006, these tunnels became darker. They grew into a complicated network with command centers, hospitals, and living rooms that were all made stronger with concrete and electricity. Several main arteries feed into smaller tunnels that branch off to individual openings known as the Gaza Metro. It's not as easy as it looks to find and destroy these tunnels in the small Gaza Strip, even though they are very important. How Hamas hides tunnels. Unlike in previous wars, Hamas has come up with creative ways to hide their tunnels. They put the entrances to the tunnels in places where people normally go, like homes, hospitals, schools, and mosques. They also hide them in places that don't look like they'd be seen, like ditches and chicken coops. This means that Israeli troops have to be very careful when moving forward, because missing a hidden tunnel could mean running into Hamas fighters in places that have already been cleared. In these situations, operations have slowed down a lot because troops have to find and destroy these hidden openings. During previous wars in Gaza, Israel has used a variety of ways to destroy these tunnels. The GBU-28, which is made in the United States and is also known as the bunker buster, is a well-known method. This special bomb was first made during the Persian Gulf War. It is meant to destroy command posts and bunkers hidden deep underground that are made of concrete. It works well because of how it's built and how it works. The bomb has a time-delayed fuse that makes sure it breaks through its target before going off when it hits the ground. Some versions even have a tandem warhead, which means that the first explosion makes way for a second explosive charge to go off. This system makes sure that the main explosive force doesn't weaken during the detonation process. Even though these bombs have worked very well in past battles in Gaza, they do have some problems. They can be hard to use, and they might not completely get rid of the problems that Hamas's secret tunnels cause. Hamas tactics. One of the main drawbacks involves Hamas's tactics, particularly the use of tunnels built underneath civilian areas such as homes, hospitals, and schools. Over the past 2 decades, Hamas has increasingly focused on refining these tactics, banking on the expectation that Israel would use weapons, like the GBU-28, to target these tunnels. However, while these weapons could neutralize the tunnels, they also risk causing significant civilian casualties. In response, Israel has avoided the widespread use of bunker buster bombs, opting for other methods when advancing with infantry. Israeli soldiers identify and mark tunnel entrances as they progress, with combat engineers swiftly moving in to seal these entrances. There are several methods employed for this: using explosives to destroy the entrance, bulldozing earth into it, or pouring concrete into the tunnel. Though effective during limited combat operations, these tactics are less suitable during intense conflicts. Hamas, over the years, has reinforced and fortified its tunnel systems, making it challenging to fully disable them. Simply sealing one entrance doesn't guarantee that the entire tunnel system becomes inactive. Furthermore, destroying these hardened tunnels often requires more explosives, which could lead to collateral damage. New strategies. The Israeli military has started a full-scale attack on Gaza and is using new strategies to find and destroy tunnel networks. The military has come up with 2 different plans to reach this goal. Both are meant to target and destroy bunkers. A relatively unknown explosive device is used in the first of these plans, which has been called sponge bombs by the media. Reports say that when this grenade-like device goes off, it quickly releases foam that hardens into a barrier that blocks off the tunnels. There is no clear visual proof that this strategy is being used, but Israeli officers have described how it is to be used. Within the Israeli military, this method is known as the purple hair technique. It involves throwing a small grenade into a tunnel and then quickly setting off a sponge bomb. This move closes off the entrance and sends smoke into the tunnel, which helps the troops find other entry places that need to be destroyed. In addition, Israeli special forces have added attack dog teams that have been carefully trained to help them find Hamas soldiers hiding in Palestine tunnels. Even though dogs have been used in war for a long time, this is a new and important use for them because they are taught to go after people deep in tunnels. Photos from the battlefield show that Israel's use of attack dogs to find and kill Hamas soldiers is working, even though first-hand reports of their success have not been made public yet. Finding tunnels. Finding tunnels and removing them is difficult. The toughest part is discovering where these tunnels are located. Israeli soldiers don't want to wait until they come under attack from a tunnel before finding it. They prefer to locate and eliminate tunnels beforehand. This way, they can prevent Hamas fighters from launching surprise attacks. Israel has developed several clever methods to detect these tunnels, which helps them stay proactive in their efforts to neutralize the threat. Drone surveillance. Israel has made progress in keeping an eye on the tunnels that Hamas uses. They do this by using both drones in the air and specialized technologies on the ground. Drones in the sky are used to keep an eye on Hamas troops all the time because human intelligence agents are hard to come by. These drones can spot suspicious behavior like groups staying in buildings for long amounts of time, covered vehicles going to the same places over and over, or people going to the same location at odd times. The Israeli army also uses cutting-edge technology on the ground. Teams with cutting-edge sonar devices called the battle space scan the fighting zones to make 3D maps of what's going on below. It's still not clear where these sonar devices came from, but Israel uses them to find strange things and make tunnel plans. Israel has also taken a more innovative method by using both ground-based and satellite-based technologies together. Israel has mapped out more than 500 kilometers of Hamas tunnels by using sensors to measure changes in the Earth's magnetic field and satellites to find out how high different areas are on the surface. This combination of sciences helps the IDF safely carry out tunnel operations. The future. The way Israeli troops will deal with mines in the future seems to be changing a lot. At the moment, Israeli troops only go into complex tunnels if they have to find them. Instead, robots and drones are being used to do this. Some of these new technologies, like the Israeli-made Iris drones and the American micro-tactical ground robot, are being used to take pictures and movies inside tunnels. These drones are very advanced. They can easily fly through stairwells and around corners while sending high-definition video. But Israel wants to make these drones better in the future by giving them weapons. Some stories say this might already be happening, but it hasn't been proven that armed drones have been used in combat in tunnels. The Israel Defense Forces, IDF, may be still testing this technology. Even though trials may be used in the field, it is still not clear how an autonomous, armed drone could be used to replace a soldier in an enemy tunnel. Ultimately, time will unveil whether Israel will successfully create an autonomous armed drone capable of eliminating Hamas soldiers within the confines of a tunnel, effectively substituting for human soldiers in such perilous situations. That's all for now. If you like this video, I'm pretty sure you will like our next video.